Hey friends, today we're going to read the book, If You Give a Moose a Muffin. But before we start, we are going to review the letter sounds within the word. I'll give you a word and you will then in return tell me all the letter sounds that you hear within the word. For example, I may say mix, and then you will tell me that you hear ix within the word. I'm going to give you about 3 words and about 3 to 5 seconds to tell me what you hear within the word. Needle, needle. Your next word is fin, fin. And lastly, your word is card, card. Good job. So we're going to read the book, If You Give a Moose a Muffin. But before we start, what do you think will happen if you were to give a moose a muffin? What good answers do you have? If You Give a Moose a Muffin by Laura Numeroff, illustrated by Felicia Bond. Can anybody tell me what an author is? You're right, the author is who writes the book. What about the illustrator? Can anybody tell me what an illustrator does? Yes, they either take the pictures within the book or they draw the pictures. In this picture, do you think the pictures are taken or are they drawn? You're right, they are drawn. If you give a moose a muffin, he'll want some jam to go with it. So you'll bring out some of your mother's homemade blackberry jam. When he's finished eating another, he'll want another, and another, and another. Wow, that's a lot of muffins. When they're all gone, he'll ask you to make more. Well, what if you don't have your ingredients? What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? Keep that in mind. He'll have to go to the store to get some mix. Well, then he'll want to go with you. But when he opens the door and feels how chilly it is outside, he'll ask to borrow a sweater. When he puts the sweater on, he'll notice one of the buttons is loose. He'll ask for a needle and some thread. He'll start sewing. Does anybody know what sewing is? Sewing is when you stitch together your shirt. See right here? This part of my shirt was sewn together. I have a cuff and a sleeve, and they were sewn together. The button will remind him of the puppets his grandmother used to make. So he'll ask for some old socks. He'll make some sock puppets. When they're done, he'll want to put on a puppet show. During our quarantine, has anybody made sock puppets? Yeah? That's great. And if you haven't, maybe that's an activity that you and your parent can do. He'll need some cardboard and paints. Then he'll ask you to help make a scenery. Does anyone know what a scenery is? Well, a scenery is a background that you paint yourself or that's behind you anywhere you are. Like my scenery would be this wall. If I was outside, it may be some mountains or the sun or the trees. When the scenery is finished, he'll get behind the couch, but his antlers will stick out. How silly. Look at his little antlers. So he'll ask for something to cover them up with. You'll bring him a sheet from your bed. Now, does anybody have extra sheets? Because I don't think that I'd want to give him my sheets on my bed. When he sees the sheet, he'll remember he wants to be a ghost for Halloween. He'll try it on and shout, "Boo!" It'll scare him so much, he'll knock over all the paints. Wow, what a big mess that would make. So he'll use the sheet to clean up the mess. Then he'll ask for some soap and water to wash it out. He'll probably want to hang the sheet up to dry. He'll go outside to put it on the clothesline. Can anyone tell me what a clothesline is? Yes, a clothesline is a line that goes from one point to another that you will place all of your laundry on after it's been washed. What do we use nowadays instead of a clothesline? You're right, a dryer. Good job, guys. When he's out in the yard, he'll see your mother's blackberry bushes. Can anybody tell me what a blackberry is? It is a fruit. Good job. Yeah, a blackberry is almost like a blueberry, but it's a little larger in size, and it has like kind of bumps all over it. Seeing the blackberries will remind him of her jam. He'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if you give him the jam, earlier in the book, what did he want with his jam? Right, a muffin. He'll want a muffin to go with it. Well, thank you guys. I enjoyed having you today. And don't forget to play outside and drink your water.